Hello everyone, and welcome to the 83rd episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. My name is Benedict, you may know me better as BHL Hudson. Here we're talking about movies, TV shows, a bunch of nonsense. With me as always is my friend, co-host, and sitting right next to me, buddy.
God,
Frederick.
It feels good.
We're back for one episode only.
Yeah, but it's how we do it.
We managed to get ourselves in person once again. It was difficult.
The government allowed it finally.
The government wrote us a specific ruling allowing this.
It's a letter from the Queen.
It said that podcast is dope as shit. Go ahead, boys. Hashtag from the Queen.
Hashtag from the Queen.
Because that's how people sign letters.
That's how the Queen signs all her shit.
So, yeah, we're back for arguably. You know what? I feel like the episodes lately have been a bit too planned for our title.
Okay.
This one
is certainly not that.
It goes back to our roots of being absolute terrible planning and not really...
The one time we had the chance to make some quality content together.
We were like, we're together now, we gotta make this one like a good one. And then we came up with the worst idea and spent like 20 minutes trying to think of things for it, and we'll see how it works. Yeah. But anyway, before we get to that, and we're not doing any mini reviews or anything,
but we don't expect that kind of shit.
But we do have to talk about UFC 261. Now, okay. I know some of you may not be interested. There are time codes in the description, as usual.
I know many of you think I'm a total nerd and loser for this.
But, my God, this may have been...
Good?
This was... For the record, I've only seen the main card so far. I watched it this morning before I came here. The craziest main card I've ever seen. I know there have been other, like, potentially crazy ones, but I'm saying, like, in the... About a year since I started watching UFC... Insanity.
Is that from, like, when you started watching it, the ones that came after that, or did you also watch previous ones?
No, I've seen previous... So, like, there are... Like, UFC 217 was also a crazy one, but, like, the thing is, like, I saw this one, like, not exactly live, but, you know, like, without knowing the result. Like, that's why... Like, for me, this is the one that I've seen, like, when it came out, and it was... Every single fight on the main card ended by finish in the first or second round.
Damn.
Absolute insanity. They were all great fights, but the three that I just have to mention here.
Okay.
First of all... Chris Weidman.
Chris Weidman. What a terrible, unfortunate name.
Chris Thickboy.
Here comes Chris Thickman.
Chris Weidman, and sending all my hopes for his recovery, but it was the most insane moment in, like, the fucking sport, because one of the most iconic, like, crazy moments in sports history is when Anderson Silva snapped his leg in half on Chris Weidman's leg, trying to kick it. He kicked it, and he broke his leg, and it was the most, like, brutal breakage. And in this fight... Chris Weidman did the exact same freak injury that's only happened like twice before in the entire sport, snapped his leg in the exact same way with the first kick he threw. It's the most...
that's awful.
First of all, it was it is the most brutal, gruesome... Don't look up that clip. It's so hard to watch when someone snaps their leg. But the fact... It's like if Usman had knocked out Masvidal with a flying knee in 5 seconds. Like, it's so crazy that it happened to him. Like, it's the most bizarre thing. Then... What was the other one?
That's divine justice, you could say.
Well, I mean, Anderson Silva must be like, yes! Fucking got him.
Anderson Silva, like, almost sawed his leg in half the night before as he was sleeping.
It was insane. And then, one of my favorite fighters, Rose Namajunas, became a 2-time world champion with a head kick knockout in the first round of this. The way she won the title the first time, she was an underdog against this super dominant champion, first round knockout. This time, underdog against super dominant champion. I mean, not, but like,
isn't
super...
she a champion? So
well, she lost her championship, and now this was her chance. And like Zhang Wei Li, the champion, is like this absolute beast. And like I thought she was gonna lose to her. Like, I'm a huge Rose fan, but I was like, I don't know if she can beat her. Head kick, knockout, first round.
Damn.
And she was crying. Joe Rogan was crying. I was crying. It was so good. It was so beautiful.
Okay.
And then finally, Usman knocks out Masvidal in the second round. Their first fight was very boring. Usman's fighting style...
Well, didn't he get knocked out in the first round?
It was just like a decision. It was just like a really boring... And like Usman, although he's definitely turned that around, he used to be quite a boring kind of like point fighter.
Kind of a boring bloke.
Like, he's been criticized for it, but his most recent fights, he's really stepped away from that. And Masvidal is known for knocking people out. He's never been knocked out in the UFC.
Oh, really?
And Usman is not known for knocking people out, so I thought he would finish him this time, because like he really wanted to put a stamp on it, but I thought maybe it'd be like ground and pound TKO kind of thing. Knocked him, like, flatlined him.
Proper,
insane.
Put a shoulder into it.
Oh my, and it's also kind of sad, because even though the past year he's done some questionable things, Masvidal, I am still a fan of him.
What's he done?
I mean, he's been hanging out with like the two things he's been known for is hanging out with Donald Trump and Jake Paul. So not the best of looks.
The two greatest dudes.
Well, I think a lot of UFC fans actually are fans of Donald Trump, but if you hang out with Jake Paul, then that's it.
That's it.
I'm not a fan of either, but I still like him, and the fact that he's like, you're so used to seeing him walking away all cool as the opponent is like on the ground, like completely out, and he was out. It was the most bizarre visual, and the fans were back. All the fights were, dude, amazing card. If you've never watched UFC, I know I just spoiled all the fights,
But come on.
but watch UFC 261. Maybe skip the Weidman one where he snaps his leg. With the first kick. Also, Uriah Hall becomes the first man to ever win a fight throwing 0 strikes. He literally stood there. Chris Weidman kicked his leg, snapped it, and then the fight was over.
So how many seconds did that take?
17. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was brutal and terrible. And I wish Weidman a very speedy recovery. Insane that happened. Anyway, I just had to get that off my chest. I've been just...
Yeah.
Whew.
Alright, I'm pumped.
Now let's get to the topic.
This is arguably more planned than the actual topic.
Yeah, I've practiced this whole speech over here. And then Weidman, 17 seconds. So anyway, let's talk about our topic, which is in fact movie characters we'd like to be.
It's so lame.
Now, this is of course a discussion, we've all had with our friends, and we thought, why not, it's pod material.
Why not bring it to the big screen?
Right. Give it the mainstream attention it deserves. And so we will be here. Okay, I just need to say this was very poorly planned, as the title suggests, but these are not like things we've thought about for years and like, oh man, I'd love to be. We literally like, sat here.
Who would we want to be?
For 10 minutes, we tried to think of a few things. So
it's very difficult, and some of these are half-assed.
Yeah, I would argue all of mine are half-assed. But we will, maybe we'll make another one where, like, if we've really thought it through. But yeah, these are characters that we just thought off the top of our head. And then that'd be pretty cool.
And then the other person is trying to kind of dispute that, then?
Yeah, the other person will try to kind of have a little bit of a debate kind of thing going. Yeah. So that the other person will try to think of...
Ask some questions.
Yeah, why would that not be such a good thing?
Be a bit skeptical.
Be a bit of a douchebag.
Be a bit of a douche. And then there's one wild card we throw in, where it's a dude who we say we want to be, but we don't actually want to be. And at the end, we have to decide which one that was.
Yeah, a lot of rules. So just to recap.
Yeah, too many rules for me.
Movie characters we'd like to be, half-assed. The other person kind of can think of some reasons why that wouldn't be so good. And one of them, it's like 2 truths and a lie. Like one of them is not a real one, and the other person has to decide which one that is. Poorly planned, but we're giving it... For poorly planned, we're putting a lot of rules in here.
We're putting a lot of effort into this one, guys.
But we're giving it a shot. Also, we're at Freddy's place, and his floor is uneven, and I'm sitting on a rolly chair.
So if he suddenly fades out of existence, it's because he's in the other room.
The floor is literally, it's curved, so I think
it's 4 degrees slanted.
I have to, pull myself back up to the mic quite a few times. But anyway. Okay.
Do you want to start?
No. Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right. My first one is, in fact, a classic.
Okay.
An icon. A Downey Jr.
So none of those. Downey Jr.
I've gone for Tony Stark, a.k.a. Iron Man.
Now, why do you want to be Tony Stark?
Well, I mean, if there is one, superhero thing that I've thought for throughout my, teenage years, whenever I'm like, that would be sick to have, the Iron Man suit has got to be the coolest thing.
Have you seen the helmets that people buy? And it's
I have, yeah. I was thinking of getting one.
Not look good on you. That's why you can't be Iron Man. Hashtag disputed.
I mean, A, he's rich.
He is rich.
2, he's good looking.
I see why you want to be him.
And 2.
A, 16.
And so maybe asking, why would B.H.L. Hudson want to be that when he is already those things?
No, I don't think anyone was asking. No one was asking those.
Everyone was like, it makes sense.
Suddenly, yeah, it makes a lot of sense that...
I can't argue.
Why do you want to be this? It's everything that you lack.
Honestly, the whole, dickish Tony Stark kind of mannerisms, whatever.
You also got that down.
I can do without. But it's mainly the suit and the way he can just kind of Also, you're a genius, but in terms of... If he wants to make... I
just want to be a genius.
I really want to not be ugly and stupid. This is such a bad episode.
This is a cry for help.
But the Iron Man suit and the fact that he can just kind of make as many as he wants and all this cool new shit. And I don't know, the whole Jarvis thing, and it would just be so...
You just want
so
Paul
cool.
Bettany whispering in your ear.
Honestly,
Honestly, yes.
I mean, who doesn't? So yeah,
Okay,
what?
I can respect it. I also laugh.
Fair.
All right, I'll go with one.
All right.
I think we'll start off with a
I like how you didn't really dispute.
Yeah.
Rule 1 out the window.
a classic. And I don't think you'll argue against this one.
It's Jack Sparrow, isn't it?
That is another one.
Okay.
But we'll get to that.
Okay.
Thank you for not arguing against that. I would be a great captain.
No, okay.
Adam Sandler in Grown Ups 2. That dude lives his life to the fullest.
All right. Having not seen Grown Ups 2, I can really. This is kind of a similar situation where, why would you want to be someone you already are? Like, does he not just?
He's rich. He's just doing. He's called Lenny.
That's a
That's a big plus for me.
His floor ain't slanted.
He's friends with David Spade. He tolerates Kevin James.
He goes on vacations and
Well,
stuff.
legit, he just lives the most carefree life.
Like, he doesn't.
He just takes over. Like, he just walks out. He's so rich, he doesn't have to do anything. No responsibilities.
Nice.
Walks out. There's a drunk bus driver. He just becomes the bus driver in the second one. Is that not the dream?
I can see where you're coming from, but wouldn't you want some responsibility? Like,
Not as Adam Sandler. I don't think I'd be allowed any responsibility. Legally, I don't have to have any responsibility. I don't know. It just he just seems to live such a carefree life, but yet still action packed, as shown in the movie Grown Ups. As shown in the movie Grown Ups 2.
well, knowing your character as a man, I know that you do enjoy being like although your life is full of adventure, you do enjoy, like, you know, a laid back kind of, a little bit like, you know, don't get too overthinking about stuff, you know? You're a dunce, is what I'm...
What I'm trying to say is, no one's home up here.
But, so you basically just want to, like, live that kind of life just to the fullest as Sandler.
Well, I mean, a lot of these things that I'm about to say, the other dudes very much contradict that.
Oh.
But I'm just saying, a life I would not mind having.
Yeah, no, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
The Sandman.
Go on.
Alright, it's a sneaky one in here.
Okay.
And this, I think, shows that I literally just looked at a list of films that I've seen, like, relatively recently, and...
You're like, yo,
Wait.
I like that dude.
So, again, there are probably a million better examples, but this is just what I could come up with, like, in the past 5 minutes. The main guy,
Okay.
I don't even know his name, from Ready Player One.
Ooh.
Now, think about it. I mean, there's not much to think about. But, getting to go to the Oasis.
I'm just liking these ideas. I'm not even disputing this.
Yeah. I mean, going to the Oasis would be badass. You can hang out with all kinds of Warner Brothers properties. Batman, the Joker.
God. See where your mind's at.
Clayface.
You can hang out with literally anyone. So I want to hang out with Batman and the Joker.
And, like,
two mortal enemies at brunch.
That'd be kind of fun, you know.
That'd be a bit of a shout, you know.
And you can Okay. Wait, could you close the door? Actually?
Oh, I thought it was closed.
Yeah, no, that's my bad.
Yeah, it is.
Alright. Pod almost ruined, but I ordered Freddy to shut the door.
Immediately salvaged.
Yeah, like, getting to go to that Oasis. Like, I really, especially as a kid, but I love the idea of, like, an open world game. Fun fact, like, first video game I ever played, or along those lines, was this PC kids game where you're Goofy, but you're skateboarding around, like, an open world. It's f***ing fantastic. It was genuinely, if anyone knows what that game is, tell me.
Hit me up, because I need to play it.
Because I haven't played it in,
God,
like,
what a sad childhood.
15 years.
The first game I ever played, I was Goofy.
It was
on a skateboard.
It was an awesome game. It was
dope, okay?
Anyway, so if the Goofy skateboarding game is like a crazy open world to me, can you imagine the Oasis? It's the comparison I'm making here.
Your standards are very low. I think you might just die in the Oasis just from pure shock.
I mean, GTA I've played a bit. It was also fun, but yeah, I just
didn't compare to Goofy. Goofy the skateboarder.
Not even. It was so good. I think based on how much time you have spent playing other video games, you would never come out of it ever. Because it'd be so immersive and so fun.
Well, because it's literally every video game in that video game as well, right? Because you can like go to different planets and do different things.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of mini games and puzzles and fucking stupid races where like no one would drive backwards in like, tens of years.
Come on, Spielberg,
morons! Not you, Spielberg, but the people, the guy who I want to be, basically. But yeah, so that's that. Go ahead, sir.
I can respect it. One that I genuinely. I like. It didn't take long to think about because this would be very cool. Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon. Come on. Riding a dragon.
Ooh, that's a shout.
That's a shout, you know.
Yeah.
Right. And I've got that Hiccup charm in the third one where he gets a beard.
No, I think you have the Hiccup charm of the first one where everyone thinks he's a huge loser and no one wants to go near him, especially women.
But then he gets Astrid.
I mean, like the first 5 minutes.
The first 5 minutes he almost dies and is a huge.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Just a father's disappointment.
Father's disapproval? I've already got that.
Another cry for help?
This podcast is just us reaching out to the world, asking for help. But honestly, can you imagine? And especially
that'd be pretty sick. I think you also... I mean, me as well, because I'm super manly, but you have that...
The Viking charm?
I was going to say, like, the want for, like, the Viking kind of life, Viking spirit. If you could live, like, on a Viking boat, eating fish all day and just, like, singing Viking songs, I think you would.
I think I would, too.
I would come visit you in that world. It'd be fun, but I wouldn't live there.
I would not stay there. God, two insane rambling men. I'd come visit you in your Viking realm, but I wouldn't stay there. I'm going to meet Batman and the Joker.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I've loved that whole world, and I can see myself as Hiccup.
I can see that. I'm trying to think. Okay, what would be bad about it? So you're saying like third movie Hiccup, like badass beard.
Where he gets
Hiccup.
a beard.
Okay. What if the dragon? What if you
eat your children? Huh?
This gets really dark. I mean, I know you love a life adventure and danger in this scenario, but what if you do get like burnt to death by a dragon?
Well, these are hypotheticals. What if you get electrocuted by the Ready Player One game?
That's a good point. Fair enough. You win. Boom. My next one's pretty lame. I mean, it's not a bad character, but just in the sense that I thought of this very much on the spot. And yeah, again, like if you gave me 5 more minutes, I'd probably choose a different character. It's making the game of which one do I not actually would be really, really fun. Peter Quill, Star-Lord.
Okay.
Let me lay it out for you.
Okay, lay it out for me.
Flying around the galaxy.
But what if you forget your mask and you die without oxygen?
You're flying around the galaxy. You have a cool ship.
Galaxy.
Let me fucking lay it out.
Let me lay out my Peter Quill fantasy.
You have a cool ship. You have cool friends. You go on all kinds of rambunctious adventures.
I don't have any cool friends.
Can we just say this is not stuff we're lacking in real life? Because it makes
it's just stuff we want to keep up.
Yes, exactly.
Sustain.
We actually want less of.
Oh no, no.
I have too many cool friends. I only want 5.
Yeah.
But
they overshadow you. I need to be the center.
So many insults just from different angles. Yeah, you get to go on space adventures. You get to like shoot aliens with your electronic gun things. I mean, what's not to love about this life? Potential death? Yes.
Okay.
But
of all the Chris's,
I wouldn't want to be Cap because I'm already very Cap.
No, yeah, you're already the embodiment of Captain America.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be Thor because I'm already also that.
Don't want to be things I'm already.
And I don't want to be Chris Pine in Star Trek because it's Star Trek. And no
what about
offense.
Chris Pine in Wonder Woman?
Definitely not. Yeah, so
okay.
So well, Peter Quill, I guess.
Peter Quill. He's the last one standing.
Space adventures, I guess. I don't know.
Peter Quill's Space Adventures sounds like.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
That sounds like a decent podcast or something. Yo, did we just come up with a new podcast name?
All right, go ahead.
All right, hear me out. I mean this is pretty self-explanatory as to why. Christian Grey.
No, we're not doing that.
Why?
It's a relatively family-friendly podcast.
I'm not gonna say anything else. I'll just leave it at that. He's pretty rich, right? And he flies a plane.
Okay. Cool.
And that's all I want.
I only saw that one scene in the movie.
That's all. That was in the trailer, and I only saw that part of the trailer.
Fair enough. All right.
So, and I like how you're not disputing it because you can totally see it.
I'm trying to get away from this, to be honest. I'm trying not to get our video age gated. God.
So I am.
Why didn't I think of that?
So I am Hiccup and
Right.
Christian Grey combined.
That's a horrifying image. How are you? No, you. Who else did you say? And Adam Sandler in Grown Ups.
I decided to remove him.
No,
in
he's
this scenario.
there. He's there.
But yeah, I'm Christian Grey. Go on.
All right. Someone's take that out of context. These look really lame because you've gone like, yeah, I want to be Christian Grey, and then I go, I want to be Green Lantern.
So one of us knows what they want, and the other is Christian Grey.
Okay, well, hey,
We'll definitely not get age-gated now.
Green Lantern, right?
Okay.
Because technically the Justice League Star-Crossed episode is a movie, you could say. So I would like to be Green Lantern in that.
He's also in that Ryan Reynolds movie.
Yeah, but I don't want to be Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern. I want to be Jon Stewart Green Lantern
Is it?
from the cartoon.
Okay.
Because Ryan Reynolds
Okay.
Green Lantern, having not seen the movie, but still, it's not.
But he's good looking.
Yeah, but that's not the reason.
I already have that.
Because this is essentially, it's less about the character, more about the ring. Can you imagine being able to make anything, a construct of anything?
That it does sound really cool.
Come on, that'd be badass. I mean, because, he uses it mostly for combat purposes, machine guns and hammers and all that. You could also probably make,
You can make a house.
make a
Live in
house.
it.
You can make a, I don't know if I want to live in a green, bright house. But yeah, you could fly too, but you could make like a,
Honestly, flying is just one of those superpowers I would love.
oh yeah, flying, and you can make I'm thinking like a bed, but so lame.
You can make like
a
shoes.
But you can make
You
like,
can make like a box to put things in.
I don't know, just, it seems like it would be very convenient in like every situation. Plus you can like change outfit with it, like immediately it goes like that, pretty sick. You get a cool costume with it. Get to say a cool thing when you charge it. You're like,
What do you say?
I'm not gonna say
No,
it.
say
'cause
it. Say it.
You say, it's pretty long, so.
No, go on. I've got time.
You say, you say, in brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light.
That is.
And then you say it 10 times. No, you don't.
That is the goal, isn't it? Doing a Green Lantern prayer every time you charge up.
I said it as a kid, and I was like, this is f***ing awesome.
I don't even want to like crush you because you've already crushed yourself.
This podcast has just turned into bullying of me.
Of me and my Green Lantern dreams.
I want to be Christian Grey,
Wait.
alpha male.
And then we've got.
I want to be
I
Iron Man,
Green Lantern prayer.
Iron Man, Green Lantern, Peter Quill, and the guy from Ready Player One. I want to be a nerd who plays video games and 3 superheroes. But anyway,
At least you didn't say.
See, I'm here.
Adam Sandler.
You're arguably much worse. I'm here representing, the cool-
nerds out there. The man with the green ring.
I'm representing, people who've been bullied by people like you for liking comic books and superheroes and stuff.
You're just sad that you want to be Ryan Reynolds, who's a loser.
I
want to be
Ryan
Christian Grey,
You wanna
who
be
gets
Adam-
mad planes he can fly.
Anyway, yes, and you represent stupid Adam Sandler people who I bully. So I guess we're even.
So
So go ahead.
we've
Perfect.
gone full circle there. My next one, and I think you'll appreciate this. I've always wanted to be Phil Coulson.
Oh, you almost made me spit out my water. God, you fucking idiot. I always wanted to be Phil Coulson. I feel like the actor for Phil Coulson just listening right now, just crying. That's laughing hysterically.
Just us saying we want to be like him, and then thinking it's the greatest joke.
Well, I mean, objectively speaking, the actor's a lovely man, I assume. But objectively speaking, that character is the lamest character.
It's so boring.
He's like the fucking accountant.
Anyways, let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because he gets thrust into this world of magic and adventure, yet he doesn't hold any actual responsibility. There's a Sandler twist to the Marvel Universe. And he collects playing cards.
And he dies like 8 times.
Exactly. I'm basically invincible.
Fair, actually. That's a good point.
So, see, like, it's not...
the more you think about it.
The more you think about it, the more brilliant this gets. It's not about him as a character. It's more the things he's exposed to that I want to be in his shoes.
Can I say I love the contrast going from Christian Grey to Phil Coulson? One is a
both sex scenes.
One is a sex demon, and the other flies
Christian
planes.
Grey.
Oh my god.
I just clocked what you said. That's so stupid.
I mean, Phil f***ing
One
Coulson.
is a sex demon, the other flies planes.
So you would want to be, like, I guess, so yeah, you get to be basically like a spectator in the, but you do have responsibilities. You're like Nick Fury's right-hand man.
Well, yeah, see,
You're an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I've got... Well, see, I've got some responsibilities, obviously. I'm Phil Coulson. But... but it's not to the point where if I mess something up, no one will, like, question it. I'm Phil Coulson.
It's like
if Hawkeye misses a vital shot, they're like, "Oh, Hawkeye, you asshole." But if Phil Coulson like misplaces some data, they're like, "Oh, Philly boy, it's okay.
True,
get him next time." You know?
No one gives a shit. Fair enough. All right, you know what? I thought that was a very obvious, like the fake one thrown in there. It may still be, but you've almost convinced me a little bit. Jesus. All right. Well, my next one. From here on out, they get really cool.
Okay.
It's Dave Franco, and Now You See Me. Alright, so think about this.
Okay, I'm thinking.
Just do that for a little bit. You are Dave Franco.
That's it. I'm on board.
Brother of James.
Brother of James. That's the only reason I'd want to be Dave Franco.
And you can do like really sick playing card throwing. I've always wanted to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm the Harrelson to your Franco.
Yeah, I would say so.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm more successful career-wise. Because I bring the carnage. Go on.
Okay. Yeah, the playing card thing mostly. And
that's the only reason why you want to be him.
And you can
he's
do like
good looking and you can do the playing card
And you can do
thing.
like magician things. You know, you can do like magic stuff. You can fall in a puddle of rain and be the puddle.
What? You transform into the puddle. Classic.
You remember when he does that? Oh no, that's Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Please, that's an Eisenberg movie. You just want to be Jesse.
You're right. All right, fine. I want to be Jesse Eisenberg. So yeah. There you go.
Okay. I mean, do you really want to be friends with Jesse Eisenberg and Mark Ruffalo?
Yes to one of them.
The viewers can decide which. Okay.
Hashtag justice for rough? Question mark.
Justice for rough. Rustus for rough.
Rustus for Juff. Great podcasting. What about Rustus for Juff? I am Phil Coulson.
I am Phil Coulson, and I approve this message. I don't have much to say about Dave Franco. He's a very like one-dimensional dude.
He's not that charismatic, is he? I mean,
you're realizing this planet's crumbling. I just wanted to throw cards cool.
No offense, Dave. I mean, you know, yeah, I'm sure he is charismatic.
It's not his best performance, is it?
No, yes, that performance, I guess, isn't very charismatic.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyways, let me remember. You called it before. Jack Sparrow.
I can.
You can see it. Right?
Again, this kind of.
I'm very swashbuckling.
You want to live that. I mean, it's not exactly Viking, but you know that on the seas,
that adventure life.
Yeah, no worry except what's in front of you. Kind
I
of
would
thing.
love to be a pirate, but like a pirate who's loved, i.e., Jack Sparrow. Everyone's like,
you don't want to be like a.
I don't want to be like that
Shitty pirate who like murders people.
I'll murder people if they're my justified.
Enemies. Okay.
Exactly.
Can we just also say, if this is taken out of context, when you say, I'd murder people if it was justified? Can we just make clear we're talking about a pirate scenario here?
Are we?
Oh, we're recording.
Oh, we're doing this pod. This was not just a fun conversation about Phil Coulson and Jack Sparrow. And I don't know, it's just, he's handsome. He's charming.
I like how these are all like he's handsome.
We're so insecure.
We're so ugly. It's impossible.
And he gets on these fun adventures. Just honestly,
you want to do adventures.
I do want to do adventures, you know?
All right, well, I think it was obvious this was coming. Everyone expects this.
Oh, yes. Okay. Can I... Miles. No?
Million miles off.
Okay.
Jesse from Pitch Perfect.
Oh my god. That's so good.
He's gone and done it. I mean, to be honest, again, kind of already am Jesse from Pitch Perfect. Movie lover.
Great singer.
Great. excellent singer, charming, goofy boyfriend dude.
Loves the Breakfast Club.
I mean,
Do you like it?
I think it's pretty good. I like parts of it.
Do you like the ending?
The ending's the best part.
Oh.
And just imagine living that casual Jesse life where you're just hanging out with your acapella boys and having a good time.
He's got that like really well-fitting blue shirt. I can. This is just a morale boost. I can see you in that shirt.
It'd be nice. I have that shirt. I've worn it.
You do.
And I made it. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I made a recreation. Of that scene for various purposes. We don't
have to get into that. But
all right, fine. I proposed to someone with a Jesse.
You didn't actually say anything. You just walked in that shirt. They said yes.
So yeah, no, it's a good thing.
I can see it. This is one I can't get mad about.
All right, can you lay those out for me so I can think of which one's the fake one?
Okay.
Jack Sparrow. Not it.
We've got Hiccup.
Hiccup's definitely not it.
Phil Coulson.
That's probably it.
And Adam Sandler.
And Christian Grey. Which is definitely not it either. Adam Sandler and Christian Grey, you definitely want to be. Yeah, despite the fact that you did a pretty good job of convincing me, I'm gonna go with Phil Coulson.
That's so wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, there's no fucking way.
I did think I did a pretty good job.
You did a better job than I did, to be fair. Iron Man, the guy from Ready Player One, Peter Quill, Green Lantern, Jesse from Pitch Perfect, Dave Franco, and Now You See Me.
Okay. I know you want to be Green Lantern because you know the freaking Bible prayers from that. Darkest night. Peter Quill. I mean, I know you also want to be Jesse. Jesse is, I mean, you are Jesse.
Big win.
Peter Quill, I can see it. Iron Man, I get. For me, it's probably between. No, the goofy open world game also convinced me that you would be the Ready Player One dude. So for me, it's between Peter Quill and Dave Franco.
Should not be a very tough thing to figure out. Let's look at my reasoning. Peter Quill, epic space adventures with your friends. Dave Franco, card tricks.
Throws cards and
Why the f*** would I want to be Dave Franco from Now You See Me?
I don't know.
You definitely want to be internal. Just
it's not a bad thing to want to be. I mean, I've heard worse. So I guess it's Green Lantern. Go with Dave.
Yeah, dude. Why on earth would I want to be a heisting magician?
Why not?
That's a good one.
So
yeah.
Well, okay. Here's one for you. Phil Coulson or Dave Franco?
I mean, you're less likely to die if you're Phil Coulson. You're less likely to die if you're Dave Franco. But Phil Coulson definitely seems like a cooler dude who lives a cooler life, who has a much cooler profession. No offense to all the magicians out there, but if
you're a magician, you fucking suck.
What if you go to a girl and go, "Hey, I'm a magician"?
Yeah, but if you go up to a girl and say, "I'm Phil Coulson,"
so yeah,
no, you're right. Phil Coulson equals sex lord.
Yeah, as we established earlier.
Oh, right. A crazed sex demon, I believe you called him.
So that's our very terribly thought out episode for this week. Maybe we'll do this again with we'll actually think about it. But because I think there's
well, the more I look at it, these are the people I want to be. These are the only.
I mean, you came up with I don't think I really would have ever thought of any of these without the pressure. But yours sounds like a comprehensive list that you'd actually like, especially the Coulson part of it.
Oh yeah.
So
the more I think about it, the more I actually want to be Coulson.
I genuinely really like how you explained it. But yeah, so that's that for this week, and maybe we'll do movie characters we'd least like to be.
Ooh.
Or we'd have to go not too dark. We wouldn't want to do something based on an actual tragedy or something. So we could do
superheroes we wouldn't want to be.
Yeah, or characters from certain genres.
Characters from Now You See Me we wouldn't want to be.
That'd take forever to get through. Theon Greyjoy. That's not a movie, but yeah, that kind of vibe, I guess. So anyway, it's time for
the damn Cnews.
I like how you can probably someone should make a compilation where it goes you start at the start, you're the Tom Cnews, and then every time it goes Tom Cnews, and then it just gets
and then it goes
and then you sound like what's his name, Cartman by the
end. God, that's a compliment of anything.
Let's see. All right. Tom Cruise grabs cameraman, keeps him from sliding off train.
Oh, what?
Oh, well, that's
epic. Cruise.
Actually, let's get back to this some other week. But there was, I think someone sent me or tagged me or something in this video of, I think this might be what the article's about, but where there's a video of Cruise and like the Mission Impossible crew on the top of a moving train, and someone was in their like car filming it, and then Cruise sees them, and first he kind of just like stares a little bit creepily as Cruise does with a smile, and then he starts waving. It's actually kind of wholesome. I think this is the picture here, like, yeah, he's like,
what the hell? That's
waving to the person.
Is there a video of it, or is it just pictures?
No, there is a video, but
I kind of want to see this video. I kind of want to see Cruise.
And also, I mean, okay, maybe we can come back to this article some other time, but Tom Cruise saved someone on the train. That's good. Good Cnews. Let's save that for other Cnews. But first of all, this Cnews.
Yeah, we'll talk about the actual Tom Cruise hero stuff other time.
Yeah, train. Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, here it is.
Let's see.
Oh god. Let's mute that. So yeah, Cnews just yeah, if you look up Mission Impossible 7 train, it should just come up. Let's see, where is he? Yeah, they're like they spot Cruise. He's just chilling on the side of the train.
He's like, ew.
What's up?
That is quite a wholesome Cruise moment.
That's a very Cruisy thing.
How's
to
he
do.
just chilling on the train so nonchalantly?
It's Cruise. Again, he smiles in the face of death.
Yeah, it's true.
So now it's time for, this was recorded on Sunday, April 25th. Now it's time for the announcements and such from a few days from now. So again, if we get something like, if we say something mean about someone and they like died before this came out, I'm sorry.
Okay. So sorry,
Dave Franco.
here he goes.
Here are the announcements and such. And we're back for the announcements and such segment. How are you doing, Freddie on the phone?
Freddie on the phone sounds like my rapper name, and I like it. Very, very good.
Yeah, I realized also as I'm editing this podcast that the audio is very low, so this part will probably be super loud and like destroy the eardrums of everyone listening, and the rest of it will be super quiet. So anyway, hope that's all good.
I hope you all don't mind.
But hey, I'll see if I can fix it. But yeah, so not many announcements here, just a couple things I want to mention. First of all, we jinxed ourselves in saying that the UFC vid, it was up for about maybe a week, and then it has now been re-sniped by the UFC people. So that the reaction is gone. So yeah, sorry. I guess.
Big apologies from our end.
Yeah, but there's nothing I can do. But hey, we'll see. Hopefully we can do more kind of like different stuff in the future. Then speaking of which though, and this is actually going up later today when we're recording this, but a couple of days ago when this comes out, the Gentleman BNFW went up a few days ago.
I'm genuinely so excited to see this.
It's a very stupid one, but I think it's quite funny. But I do just want to say shout out to the whatever studio that is, because they copyrighted it. I appealed it, and they let the claim go, surprisingly. So it's up and people can watch it. And I just want to say also, I love the idea just for Benford watches in general that they get copyright claimed. I appeal it, and then someone presumably from that studio has to watch it.
Has to watch it and accepts it.
So someone, I mean, I know it's like a different department ever, but I like to think that someone from the studio that made The Gentleman had to watch our Ben and Fred watch The Gentleman.
I risked you watching Ben and Fred watch.
And he decided to approve it. So I love that idea.
Brilliant.
Then also, if you guys have any more ideas for episode 100, keep leaving them down below. Good stuff. And some nice comments, as usual, on the pod. Movie Guy says, do I hear the 4th anniversary coming up of the pod? Which I'll have to verify that, but I think it's around this time.
God damn.
I think.
I genuinely had no clue.
Yeah. Like, I think we started it in early May, maybe late April. Maybe we've missed it. Who knows? But I will look into that, and maybe we'll do a celebration. By celebration, I mean I'll just mention it, and you'll go, huh, and then that'll be it.
And then we do a 6-hour skit.
And yeah, there was nothing on the fan pages this week, but I suppose I will allow it. But there's still
I suppose that is only fair.
There's still stuff posted on the stories and all that, so it's a wonderful thing to follow. So the fan pages are linked down below. Check those out, follow them, and give them a like. And we're also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, we're on YouTube. Search the Poorly Planned Podcast, where you can find stuff like Ben and Fred Watches and pod videos and Ben and Fred Watch the Gentleman.
And an occasional reactions that will get taken down very soon.
Yeah.
So be up to date.
Yeah, you gotta watch it as soon as it comes out because you never know when the UFC will just absolutely decimate us. So, back to the pod.
Oh my god. Can't believe Dave Franco actually isn't a magician in real life.
I can believe that.
Actually, I don't know why we didn't predict that.
I can't believe Dave Franco flew a plane into Christian Grey. So, thank you very much for listening to this episode. You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson. You can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com.
You can find me on Twitter at FDK_DaltSniper. You can find me on Instagram at FDalgard. And you can find me on YouTube at FDK Space Gaming. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time. Wow. I'm Phil Coulson.